What is up, guys? It is Friday. Today, we're going to go ahead and continue with the back testing. And today's pair, we're going to go ahead and look at EURUSD. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. So obviously, market has been trending to the downside for a while now, for at least the past 2 weeks, past few weeks. But before that, it's just been consolidating. It's literally just been consolidating. So let's go to a higher time frame. Look at that. The market's just been consolidating for the last year, literally 2023, right? 2023, 2024, 2025. So for 2 years, the market was consolidating right here. Now the market finally just cleared some liquidity, right? Finally cleared some liquidity. And I am looking for some buy positions in this area down here. And it kind of lines up with the dollar. I've been waiting for this zone for a minute. I can see that it bounced off of this left shoulder. Let me see. So if we're looking at this on the monthly time frame, right, the market is bullish right now, right? We are continuing to make higher highs and higher lows. We just haven't continued to the upside yet, right? So if we look at this, we have higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Right, we've yet to actually turn bearish on the monthly. So on the monthly, we're still bullish, right? But on the lower time frames, weekly, daily, 4 hour, we are very bearish in this specific area, right? But it's coming to a specific zone, right? You guys can see that, right? If we look up here, look at this. We have support. Market continues to go. We can see the market has some consolidation in this area. We clear liquidity. And then we continue to the upside, right? So this right here is going to be my left shoulder, right? And we can see the market has already touched that. And at least on this time frame, on the monthly, we can see that this is the closest pullback, right? We have lower low, lower high, lower low, and then we change character, and then we're just consolidating for the last 2 years, right? So if you guys are looking at this, what are you guys thinking? Right? What are you guys thinking, guys? Because I want you guys to give me your input too. You know what I'm saying? Let's actually just delete a lot of this stuff. Because I want you guys to give me your input too, right? It's not just me. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and just recap real quick everything I just went over. The market's bullish. We can see that the market is continuing to make highs and lows. Now the market just rejected off of a shoulder zone. Now, if I drop to the lower time frame, we can see that the lowest shoulder in this area is actually right here, right? So look at this, guys. On the daily, weekly time frame, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Lower low, and then the market changes character right off that shoulder zone, guys, right off that monthly shoulder zone, and then the market jumps and takes off, and then it's just been consolidating for the last 2 years, right? So if I'm looking at this, I'm like, okay, one, the market is bullish on the monthly, right? It just hit a buy zone, right? Now, I've been waiting for this buy setup here for some time now. I don't even think I was trading then. Was I trading? Yes, I was trading then. And I wasn't even trading EURUSD at the time. I was all in love with USD CAD and NAS and pretty much that. Yeah, USD CAD, NAS, and US 30. Many blown accounts with US 30 and NAS. Yeah, had my fair share for sure. First year was wild. Definitely tell you that. First year, I was a freaking menace, just donating, right? But look at this, guys. We have a clean setup. That's not clean. We have a clean setup, and the market is consolidating to the upside. Now, guys, the dollar pretty much did the same thing. Look at this. Consolidation. Market is on its way down. Now, I have a couple zones. The blue zone or the green zone is a starting point, shoulder, and then there's a starting point down here that I'm looking at. So just in case, right? But look at this, guys. I cannot make this shit up. I literally cannot make this up. Do you guys see the similarities? If I just press back, will it go back to, okay, yes. Do you guys see the similarities? Let me get this out the way. Can I go back now? Oh, I can't even go back that way. Okay. Let's get this out the way. Let's clear up the chart. Let's clear up the chart. All right. Look at it, guys. Look how similar that is. Look, and I already told you guys last week on Monday, this was going to be a rejection zone to possibly continue sales, right? We already have a rejection. I think that was like last night or today. So now we're just waiting for a clear change of character. I don't think we got one yet. So we are still bullish in this specific area, right? We're still bullish, right? So just be patient, especially since we know the market is still bullish on the dollar, and on EURUSD, we are technically still bearish on that pair, right? So I do not mind if the market on the dollar wants to go ahead and continue up a bit higher, just so I can get a really good entry on this swing opportunity for EURUSD. Does that make sense, guys? Let me know if that makes sense. If you're confused, give me a question mark. Please unmute. But if that makes sense, please let me know. But that was, I mean, this right here, guys, looks pretty solid, right? So this is what I'm waiting for EURUSD for the start of the year. Because what I've realized trading higher time frames is usually like 3 top, maybe 4, and I'm talking about like max swing, like really good swing opportunities in the market for the whole year. Now I'm talking like swing, not like, oh, I've held for 4 days type of swing. Like, no, I'm not talking about that. That could happen pretty often. I'm not talking about, oh, I've held for 2 weeks type of swing. No, right? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like a swing. You talking about a swing? I'm talking about a swing, guys. Like, think about it. If we can just get up to here, this is already 11,000, 12,000 pips, right? 12,000 pips. Do you use the same lot size for swing plays? How do you usually go about it? Yeah, everything is the same and nothing really changes. So the only thing that I do on swing plays, right, is I'm waiting. So now you see how I have a higher zone here? I have a higher zone and I'm waiting for the change of character off of it. I'm never going off the first touch when it's the higher zone, right? Because the market can easily go lower. Market comes in, awesome. I'm not in yet because the market is still bearish in this area. But I will test trade the right shoulder, right? I'm always willing to test trade the right shoulder, right? Because every right shoulder is usually the next setup, right? The head for the next setup. So I'm always willing to test trade that right shoulder. And if the market goes lower, I'm not really test trading until I get a change of character, or I'm not really throwing in another lot until I get that change of character, because we can easily go lower. I'm in drawdown, and now we can get a change of character. But it all depends on how small your test trade is. Like, I know some people's test trade is like 0.5%. That's not really a test trade, or like 0.25%. That's a better test trade. What I'm talking about, like breaking down a quarter into like fifths. You know, if you can take very, very small test trades, yours is 0.2. Okay, that's very small. You know, I wouldn't mind taking 2 test trades right here. 1 test trade here, 1 test trade in this zone with my stop loss at this low. That's a very good test trade in my opinion. Right? Where's my lot? Okay. But as soon as we get this change of character right here, I'm now looking to throw down a 1%. Now I'm not throwing down, oh, this is a swing. I'm throwing down 10% right here. I'm just catching the whole way. That's not how you do it, guys. That is not how you do it. That's not how you do it. When the market is giving you a play, you take everything the same. Market gives us the change of character. We throw down our 1%er here, or whatever your max percent is, right? My max percent is 1%. Yours might be 1, yours might be 2, right? It is what it is, right? I can't control what you throw down. But this is where I throw my 1%er. Now, instead of catching 10% on the first move, I'm just going to wait for more opportunities. Boom. That's probably already a 1 to 3 smacked, right? Market gives me a BOS here. I wait for the pullback, and I look to enter another opportunity, so we can go ahead and ride this thing up. Most likely another 1 to 2, 1 to 3 smacked in retrospect, right? This is what I'm thinking. We have another BOS, market pulls back, and then we finally get that move. Does that make sense? So I'm trying to catch opportunities so I can continue here, but I'm not trying to throw down like a crazy over leveraged lot. Everything is the same, right? Here's 1%, right? Here's 1%, and we continue to ride the wave and trust our trading plan. Does that make sense?
Yep, it does.
Awesome. Juan, does that make sense? Because that was your question, bro.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Because trust me, like when I first got started, I was like a degenerate. Yes, that's also discipline, right? I was like a fool because like every time the market would hit a zone, I'd be like one lot here, one lot here, one lot here, and just taking like L after L, like not understanding the market can go down still. You know what I'm saying? But that's the whole point of risk to reward at the end of the day, right? You are gonna take some losses in order to get that win. But for me, I would rather throw down a test trade, knowing the market can go down and I can save more capital for me. Because the better the risk to reward with the good amount of capital, it just ends up working out better. You know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. But look, so we know that the market is selling down for something. Why was the market selling down, guys? Do you guys have an idea why the market was selling down right here in this area? Who wants to unmute and let me know? Why was the market selling down here? It's okay to be wrong. Let's normalize being wrong in 2025 so we can get better.
Is it taking liquidity?
Yes, it is. It is taking liquidity, right? One, liquidity has been swept, right? But what else do you think?
The imbalance?
Possibly, yes, right, definitely, right? Because I know some people look at imbalances. Now, if you're looking at this imbalance here, it already touched it, and we're getting a bit of a rejection, right? And to have some better confirmation, I would be looking for the market to change character off of here. Boom. Right. This is obviously the weekly time frame. I would look like at the 1 hour or 4 hour for a bit of a closer area here. But if we can go ahead and change character, boom, I know the market's ready to go. I know the market's ready to go. You know what I'm saying? But as I'm looking at it using levels, we have a starting point down here and a right shoulder down here. So I'm waiting. People are waiting. There's money here, guys. Let me just delete that because I don't like the visual there. There's money waiting here. People are looking for some longs. People are looking for buys. People have been waiting here for the last 2 years. Right? Does that make sense? So yes, we ended up taking liquidity. You are correct. But for people who are looking for buys down here, using smart money or using levels, there is a ton of money here. Not only that, guys, if you understand what levels is and what smart money is, you'll understand this a bit better, right? So let me just break that down real quick. Let me show you guys why this is a good area to wait for another opportunity, right? So check me out, guys. When you guys understand what's actually happening in the market with the money shift or the transfer, right? The money transfer, you guys start to understand the move a lot more, right? So understand, guys, the banks move the markets. Everything that we trade right here, the banks move the markets, right? Everything that we're looking at, the banks do this. So if the banks move the markets, the banks create the market structure. Does that make sense? Give me a 5 if that makes sense, guys. Let me know if that makes sense. Right? The banks move the market, they create the market structure. Makes sense. Awesome. Now, when we zoom in and look at this setup here, let's just delete this. Break the structure to the downside. We have the change of character. Awesome. So look, check me out, guys. The banks hardly take any losses, right? Hardly take any losses. So check this out. The banks continue to take sales here, right? Continue to take sales here. Why did they take sales right here, guys? Look, the market gave a break of structure to the downside. BOS to the downside. The market was trending. Now, if we look at this and break this down on a lower time frame, this area right here is liquidity. It is consolidation. It's consolidation. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Consolidation. And everybody is participating within the consolidation. People are selling up, are buying off support, selling off resistance. Buying off support, selling at resistance, buying that support. Guys, and if the market is bearish, do you think the banks are going to buy inside the consolidation? What do you guys think? When the banks want to make their move, do you think they're going to make their move with everybody else? Or do you think they're going to give themselves a better position?
No.
They're going to give themselves a better position in the market. So what do? They drive price much higher. They drive price much higher, right? So they're taking sales. They just took sales right here. Okay. Now let's go back up to the higher time frame. Let's erase that. Where are we at right here? Okay. They took sales right here in this area. Came right back to our buy zone. And then they ended up taking buys right here in this area. Took some buys, took some buy opportunities. So look, check this out, guys. Their sell position was in deep profit, And then what happens? They threw their deep profit. They took that sell to take the next best swing buy. And they placed trillions of dollars right here, right? Trillions. The Forex market is a $7.7 trillion market. They placed a ton of money in this area to shoot this chart up. Right now, look at this, guys. Once they pressed buy and they made this change of character happen and drove price higher, their sell is now in negative and their buy is deep in profit. Is this making sense right now? Give me a 10 if this makes sense. As soon as they pressed this buy and it went past their sell is now deep in negative and their buy is deep in profit right now, right? Now, this is the thing. They're going to break even sooner or later. They'll hold some positions. They'll hold some negative positions, right? Because they have a ton of extra to play with. They're good. They don't take losses. They'll make their money. Trust me. But this is where I have my next buy position right here. Now, let me tell you why. Once you get this change of character, guys, left shoulder, BOS, change of character. Once you get that change of character, guys, we are waiting down here. Find your starting point, find your left shoulder. But now once the market comes back, I'm just going to do it right here. Once the market comes back, you know what? I want it clear. Once the market comes back, what they do is they go ahead and close out this trade, right? As soon as they drop lower than where they entered, they're technically now in profit. Does that make sense? So if they sold right here, as soon as they came lower than where they sold, they were already in profit and break-even position. But then they go ahead and drive price just a bit lower, right to my right shoulder. And then they end up closing this sell and putting that money straight into these buys. And then we continue with the bullish move. And it happens over and over and over again. Does that make sense, guys? Let me know if that makes sense. It's the transfer of wealth,
it does.
money transfer, right? When you guys start seeing that, you're like, oh snap, that is crazy. Because look at this. All we're doing is waiting down here for the next best buy opportunity. But everybody who was on a lower time frame, right? Everybody who's on a 1 hour, 5 minute, 15 minute, they're thinking, oh man, this is the sell of my life. This is the sell of my life. Little do they know, all they're doing is taking sales. Don't get me wrong, you could take the sales if you see some opportunities, right? But understand that those sales are going to end eventually, and the market will eventually reverse. And this is a really good area. Like I said, with matching that structure, literally matching with the dollar, that it looks so good. So good. So we just really have to wait. But if we go back to EURUSD, let's see if we can take or look for some sell opportunities in here. Right. So let's drop down to the 4 hour time frame. And let's just take a look. So this was this week. Now we had the first was on what day? I'm sorry, like day of the week. That's full. Like, who the first? The first was on a Wednesday, which was right here. Awesome. So the markets didn't really move much that day, right? It's a holiday. I get. I didn't even know it was a holiday, bro. Like, people didn't even go to work at the barbershop. I was the only one working. I was tripping out. Anyways, little event session. So markets didn't really move much. And then we have, let's see, Christmas, which was literally the next week. So all of this was, yes, the past 2 weeks. Yes, literally. Where's Monday? Monday right here, and then Monday again. Yeah, so this is the past 2 weeks, literally right here. So let's take a look and see if we could have caught anything. Honestly, in my opinion, I wasn't really looking to take anything because you never know with like holiday market manipulation. I just wasn't willing to take anything. Right, but let's just take a look. So I was looking to take some sales off this area. I wasn't looking to take anything in here. I was looking to wait for a bit higher of a sweep. It just didn't end up going that high, which is okay. No trade is a good trade, essentially. So we can see here that the market was on its way up. And as it was on its way up, guys, it was leaving us some liquidity, right? Leaving us some liquidity. We have a break of structure to the upside. So let's mark that up. BOS. Now let's continue. Building up more liquidity. Right? Building up more liquidity. Now that was telling us there is some incentive to drop lower, right? When you see some stuff like this, right? And you know that the market has been bearish, guys, for a while, and the market's just making equal lows. Market comes up, equal lows, and then it's coming up to your sell zone or projected sell zone, right? Your point of interest. That's a good thing, right? That gives us that tells us that there is some incentive to drop lower and sweep these lows, right? So now we are waiting for the break of structure to happen here, or at least the sweep of liquidity. So let's go ahead and continue. So we finally get the sweep. It wasn't really, okay, it was a slight BOS, but we can just have it with the sweep. That's fine. Same thing. Right now, we can even see we have a play inside the play, right? We have the higher high, higher low, higher high, change of character, right? But we also see this, and I would rather play this more because this is a lot cleaner, right? Liquidity, left shoulder, head, change of character. So if I'm looking at that saying this is my setup right here. This is the setup I want right here. Make sense, guys? So if I'm looking at this, I'm treating this.
It does.
I'm treating this the same exact way. I have my BOS to the upside, BOS, and then I have my change of character, which is right here. Right now, I'm not really a break and retest trader or a starting point violation trader. I usually just wait for the fresh starting point and the right shoulder. But it looked like it came for the starting point violation, right? Because this is the buying starting point. We have the breakout rally. I'm gonna delete this. We have the breakout rally. So essentially, yes, this red candle is my starting point for buys, right? So whoever is looking for buys, whoever was counter trending definitely got clapped. And then off of that, I would be looking for my brand new selling starting point, which is here. Oops. And then my shoulder, which is here. They're literally like overlapping. The entries, like the first touch entries, are overlapping, which is my favorite type of head and shoulders. So I'll be waiting up here. Minimum 1 to 3 risk to award, right? If you're a vet and you understand how to hold emotion and manage trades, you can definitely tackle these lows, which is a 1 to 4.5. But again, we are all at different stages. So just because, I told some of the intermediate and veterans, these are some lows we can look for. It also comes with emotions. What are bruh? Trading definitely showed me how to, manage my emotions for sure. That's freaking hilarious. I have none now, but you're right. But yeah, but as a beginner, we definitely had some. I know I did. Y'all can't lie and say y'all didn't either. We all have emotions when it comes to the market, mainly because the attachment of money, you know what I'm saying? But we also have to learn to detach because the skill set could essentially help us make more. So yeah, and it all comes in stages in our trading career. You know what I'm saying? But this right here is the setup I would be looking at. 1 to 3 minimum. Now I would be waiting up here, but let's see what the market decided to do. Market tapped into that violation, came a little bit deeper. Now, when I'm looking at this, I'm also marking up these right here because you know what happens is sometimes, well, I'm never looking for this setup essentially. So what happens is sometimes I missed, and you know what happens? The market can give me a little setup here. And once I get this change of character, there's times where I can catch it and take this out here, right? The markets aren't perfect. And then especially during holiday season and, the last quarter, it's usually tougher to catch trades. So let's go ahead. We get the change of character and then the market literally just mounts. So if I was looking at this and I was trading this specific setup, I would be looking up here and I would have missed this trade 1000%. But that's okay, because I'm picky already. Like just off the fact that we missed our sell zone up here, but we swept liquidity and changed character, right? Let's just delete this for the visual. And we changed character here and here as well. So this was telling me, hey, the market was ready to go, right? But the market just never came back to my specific sell zone. Now, if you ate off of the violation, props to you. That is a valid entry to enter for sales. I personally just stay fresh with my zones. But let's just see if there was any opportunities within here that you could have taken if you dissected the lower time frame. Let's drop down to the 15. Oh yeah, I could see it right here. Does anybody see the entry that the market gives? I will zoom in and let's see if your eyes are well trained. Anybody want to give it a shot? I'm not going to zoom in anymore. That is it. Go ahead and mark it up. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, I didn't even see this one, Sergio. I think that was Sergio. You're right. You're right on that one as well. We get the change of character here. The market continues to make lows here. We have a starting point here. Ooh, my boy Sergio, what an 8 off this starting point, homie. Let's go, Serge. You've been doing your work, baby. Let's get it. Can y'all delete the red lines? I appreciate y'all. But good eyes, bro. Good eyes. Good eyes. So let's go ahead and dissect the markets real quick. So let's go ahead and remove this. So we can see here. Oh my gosh, bro. I can see why the market respected this zone. Violation. It is what it is, though. But let's go ahead and take a look. So the market just broke and closed above, right? Let's continue to mark this up the way we should, right? Look at this, guys. Consolidation. Look at this, consolidation. This is telling us, hey, there's incentive to drop lower, right? But we got to break a structure. We got to pull back. This starting point holds its zone, right? It held it down, kept it on the strength, and shot the market back up, giving us a break of structure to the upside, right? So we're holding it down over here, cuz. Boom. Took some buy opportunities. But that also gave us a BOS of the upside, right? So we have BOS of the upside. Boom. Awesome. So now market is in our buy zone, right? And market is in our sell zone, and we are very close to this sell zone. So I'm not looking for any type of buys, right? And we already know the market is selling. So any type of buys right here would be counter trend trading, right? So let's go ahead and see. Now let's dissect the market. Once we go ahead and get a break of structure here, the market pulls back and we get one more last attempt to go higher, right? So let's go ahead and mark that up, right? There are going to be times where the market will break structure slightly, and sometimes it'll just swick above and then change character. And that's okay, right? Both are very valid as long as it goes above and changes character. If it goes above and doesn't change character, we literally have no setup, right? If the market does this, higher high, higher low, wicks above, drops a little lower, but goes higher, we have no setup, right? We have no setup until the market changes character, right? So keep that in mind. But this wouldn't be a BOS. I mean, it looks like it's a slight BOS, but I mean, I wouldn't consider it one. Liquidity sweep with the bearish change of character. Guys, it gives you 2-1, but it was really a shoulder snipe. This right here is our bearish breakout rally, right? My very last buying candle is right here. That's my starting point, which was a 50% snipe, right? My shoulder is right here. So if you're, if EURUSD is your pair and you were, dissecting the markets, you could have caught that entry. That is a very clean entry, in my opinion. If I would have dissected the market at this area, and I was just looking for, waiting for everything to play out, if I would have seen this, I would have definitely taken this as an opportunity for sure. For sure. I was also waiting for it to sell higher. And then honestly, when I do that, I've been just waiting for the higher zones. I try not to go on a lower time frame and do this on Forex pairs. I usually just, let the markets play out on Forex pairs. That's one of my bad habits. I definitely have to take the lower time frames a lot more serious, especially when they're near my sell zones, because things like that can happen, right? Things like that can definitely happen. But that 1 to 3 was a solid smack. But like again, if you are a vet and you understand that you're holding this for a longer period of time, swinging wise, well, obviously we have some liquidity here that we can take, and we also have the low here, right? Remember, guys, anytime the market gives us that change of character and comes back for us, left shoulder, head, change of character. Once it comes back for us and then gives us the sell opportunity, we are targeting where it came back. We are targeting this area for the swing. That is how we hold our trades for the swings. Now, like, you may know that, but now you have to manage your mind, right? And that's where we have to develop, right? So if you're looking at this is definitely a target you could have held to. So instead of it being a 1 to 3, this is a 1 to 7.5 pretty much. But this is the 15-minute time frame. We were looking for a 4-hour setup or a 1-hour setup, I believe. Right. So if we were looking to hold this to down here, this would be a 1 to 11 and a half, almost a 1 to 12 setup, which in my opinion is very fire. Very fire, because we were already looking for sells. The market was bearish. It literally gave us everything that we needed to see. We just didn't see the opportunity on the lower time frame on the 1 hour, right? But as soon as we dropped down to the 15-minute, it gave it to us super, super clean. So if you were someone who dissected and took this opportunity, props to you, because that was definitely a solid trade. I mean, it's a solid trade. Well, it's not that I don't really take it serious, I guess. I mean, I'm like, sometimes I get fooled, so I try not to hop on those time frames, because I want to take losses off of my book. But at the same time, guys, it's hard for most of us to wrap our head around, but once you hop on a lower time frame, you're looking for a specific setup, right? And there's going to be times where they literally it presents itself to you. So what are you going to do? You have to take the opportunity, because that's what you're here for. You're here to find opportunities and take opportunities as they come. Now, if we're looking for sales and the market comes to our sell zone or near our sell zone and gives you the opportunity, you guys should be taking it, right? But the thing is, on lower time frames, it can violate and it can be a little toxic. But those are the consequences, not even consequences. I shouldn't even say that. Those are just the things that happen on lower time frames. And that's why risk to reward is literally a lifesaver, right? It's literally a lifesaver. But what's his name? Mark Douglas, he puts it in a different perspective, to where he says that, every business, I can't even think of the word right now, and I do it for myself. Every business has to, pay for, I can't even think of it right now. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, please unmute or type in the chat. There are things that they have to buy, right, for their business. So essentially, they have to spend money, get what they need for their business, make it work to make more money back. That's essentially what we're doing here on the lower time frame. You may take a loss. That's for your business. It's the cost of doing business. Thank you, Tia. Why did I don't know why. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. It's just the cost of doing business. You know what I'm saying? You put money out essentially to make more money back. And that's what trading on a lower time frame is. Like, this is what we see on the 15-minute, right? Well, let's go to the 5-minute and see what other setups present themselves. Essentially, in here, there are none that are very, very clear. But if we go over here, right? Because sometimes this is what happens too, right? This is the first touch. Yes, this is the touch of our setup here. First touch of it. And essentially, it gives you the setup, actually. We have the high, the low, the high, the change of character, liquidity is being built, market comes to this right shoulder and sells off. And it does give you an opportunity. And if you took your 1 to 3, you definitely hit. I promise you definitely hit that 1 to 3 opportunity. It's a very good risk to reward. Your 1 to 3 probably happens around like right here. Yeah, your 1 to 3 definitely happens. But the thing is, when you're looking for the swing, right? When you're looking for the swing, that's already a 1 to 15, but whatever the case, you're looking for the swing, so you want to hold. So once the market is in this area and you're already deep in profit, one, you should have already took partials to make this a winning trade. But 2, you're either at break even or your stop loss is now in some break even structure, right? Now, the market goes up higher. The market goes up higher, hit your stop loss. Now, for some people aren't putting their stop loss to break even, right? And this was something I did my first year as well. I would be in profit. and be at 1-to-1 break even, be at 1-to-2 take partials. I wouldn't take partials and I wouldn't break even. And then the market would hit my stop loss. So now it's a losing trade. And then the market would go my way. You know what I'm saying? So on a lower time frame, yeah, I can definitely give you something like it did right here, but it can also fool you, right? It can also fool you in something that looks like this. Let's just go this way, right? Let's just push this out a little bit. The market hits the zone. We get something that looks like the setup, right? And then what happens next is the market maybe puts us in profit a little bit, and then it actually pokes higher, right? It pokes higher, and then it ends up changing character. Does that make sense? So essentially, you took a loss here, right? Cost of doing business, you took a loss here. But if you zoom out and you refresh, or you're like, okay, well, let's delete this. Let's stay fresh because something's happening here. Do we have a breakage structure to the upside or a liquidity sweep? Yes, we do. Do we have the change of character? Yes, we do. Okay, so essentially, it faked you in, right? The market faked you in so you can take some opportunities. The banks drove the price higher so they can get a good opportunity. And then the market went your direction. And then there's nothing you can do but wait for the market to come back into this area so you can take your position. Does that make sense, guys? Let me know if that makes sense. Because that right there, bro, that right there kept me off the lower time frames like my whole first year, bro. If anybody knows me, I mean, in Oxnard, bro, I would be like, bro, why are you on 1 to 5 minute, bro? 1 hour, bro. 1 hour is all you need. I preach that shit, bro. But it's because I would get fooled and I would take that first loss and then I would get in my head and then not take the second one, and then that was the one, that's the hitter. But we all grow and we all learn. But yeah, EURUSD play of the week. And I believe this was on 31st, the 31st. Bro, this was New Year's. Oh, bro, this was literally New Year's. New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve. Hold on. Where's the first at? Am I tripping? Oh, wait, hold on. Is this over? Oh, yeah, never mind. That wasn't New Year's. I was tripping. The first. Oh, yeah, that was New Year's Eve. Oh, shit. Yep, bro. If you were focused on this area, you literally had the best New Year's. You started your New Year's and blues, bro. Literally. The first is right here. Let's see. That's the first. And all of this is the 31st. Oh my God. Literally, bro. New Year's Eve sets you up. Boom. That's it right there. Drop down to the 15. Bro. Whoever caught this started the year off with a bang, bro. With a bang. Crazy. Whoever caught this, man, shout out to you. Crazy move. I remember someone said BTC. I don't really trade BTC to be real with you, but we can take a look at it. Respected my buy zone so far. All right, so let's take a look. So again, the market's been bullish for a minute, right? This was actually Mexico. Said this a couple times. So if you plugged into this, you're still deep in profits, still holding positions here. Right? But look, market is bullish. We know that now. The market swept liquidity. right? Swept liquidity. Oops. And then changed character. Boom. Literally, guys, look at the setup. Look at the setup, bro. We have a clean change of character with the starting point right at the break and retest. Look at that. Breakout rally, starting point. This was Mexico, bro. It does not get any easier than this. My goodness gracious. But as soon as we get this BOS to the upside and this change of character, we're like, okay, bro, it's game time. Let's go. It's bullish. So the next best starting point in this area is actually the one on top of this position. So let's go ahead and refresh. Put that right there. Let me erase these alerts, bro. I need to save alerts. I put like 8 alerts on everything, and the other day it's like, you have no more alerts. I'm like, bro, I have no more alerts. You're crazy. Where are my alerts at? Right? So boom, we're bullish. So now look at this, guys. On the daily time frame, our closest BOS is here. Where's my starting point? If this is my BOS, right? If that's my BOS, this is my breakout rally. Let's go, Sonia. Sonia B. It's Sonya, bitch. Let's go. Sorry, Sonya, bro. You know I love you. Where's the green? That's funny as hell. BOS of the upside, right? The market touches it. Touches it right there. You know what, too, guys? This is also a good example because I bet you on a lower time frame, there's probably something that looks just like this. And the market goes just a bit deeper. It's like, gotcha. And then goes. Swear, we can take a look at it in a little bit. Hops into the starting point and continues its bullish move, right? But now look, with that, the market literally gave us another play. We have liquidity here. Well, liquidity was swept. Liquidity was swept. And if I'm looking at this, right, this looks a bit funky. So anytime it's funky, I'm just being cautious. So shoulder, neckline, head, I want the market to change character and break and close above this now to be cautious. Because nothing else really looks clean. I mean, it just doesn't look clean. Right? So this is what I do. I wait. I wait for the change of character. And I wait right here for the buy. Market gives us a change of character. Awesome. So now I'm waiting right here for this buy opportunity. Market created some equal highs, equal high type structure, giving me some incentive to go higher. Market just came in to my my shoulder, and I am now in this buy opportunity. Let's go ahead and continue. So the market is obviously up right now. Let's go to a lower time frame. Oh, it even gave you the move right here, blood. Woohoo! Townie, bro. Gave you 2 moves back to back. Oh my goodness. Look at this, guys. BOS to the downside. BOS to the downside. Change of character happened right here. One green candle. One green candle, BOS to the downside. I'm sorry, change of character to the upside. My left shoulder is right here. Now, technically, we have a little bit of drawdown, right? But my stop loss is right here at this low wick, and we do not go that low. You are in the trade still. It's a little bit funky. It scared you. That's for sure. I know some of y'all got scared. Change of character. Ah, I'm in drawdown. Ah, I should close my trade. Ah, I'm scared. It puts you into profit, right? Puts you into profit. And then with that, we get another BOS to the upside. Let's stay fresh. Did the market give you 2 plays back to back, bro? Oh, it barely missed. Oh my goodness. I would have been so mad. Starting point. and then just took off, bro. Man, very, very close though. I would actually not be mad at that because that's, I mean, I'm right, you know. You always have, guys, and things like that too. One thing you guys have to work on, including myself, I'm talking to myself right now, is you guys cannot be upset when the market does this year. Because every strategy, it doesn't matter whether it's levels, smart money, trading, you know, break and retest with Brian, whatever the case may be, there are going to be times where the market misses the retest and just continues, right? But grab the satisfaction that you were right. Hold on to the satisfaction and build up your confidence, guys. Because what happens is it's all about the way you think. Pause and understand me real quick. It's all about the way you think. And the more you can control and hold your emotions, the better. Right. And I would rather talk myself up than talk myself down. Does that make sense? Give me a 5 if that makes sense. I would rather talk myself up in 2025 than talk myself down. Right. And look, when this happens, hey, I was missed. It is what it is. Brush it off. But you were right. And hold on to the fact that you were right. And study why you were right. And let that just build up confidence in you guys. Because once you have confidence and once you start, so learn to trade with no emotions. It's very good to trade with no emotions. That's exactly right. You have to hold all your emotions back. You should be trading with no emotions. You should be trading with all analysis, all confirmation. Emotion comes when we press buy and sell. Wasn't that crazy when I did that and it went off? That was crazy, bro. Trade with motion, not emotion. Let's go. Yeah, so the best we can hold our emotions, bro, it's just better. We should not be trading with emotions, but because capital is involved, and you know, most times out of not, it's your hard-earned money. You spend probably, you know, 80 plus hours, you know, a lot of hours just to fund your account, you know, and that's what you think about. Like, bro, if I lose this money, man, this was 3 weeks of work right here, or whatever hour, however many hours of work, you know, and that's what the subconscious mind thinks. Sometimes we don't even initially think that, but that's what our brain automatically jumps to because that's what it's wired to do, right? So what I'm saying is, let's not talk ourselves down and be like, man, I should be in that. Let's chase this trade. I missed it. So let's go ahead and try to find it. Let's go ahead and drop down to the 1 hour, 15-minute and see if I can catch it. Let's see if I can catch it, man. It's already going. It's already going. Guys, do not do that. There are going to be so many more opportunities in 2025. And the more capital, oh my goodness, the more capital you guys have in 2025, the better it's going to be. Let's not chase the trades. Let's build confidence on the fact that we were correct on our moves. Are we good on that? Because trust me, I've been there.
Yep.
My first and second year, I would see this, and the market's right here doing its thing. Talking to me. I'm gone. Are you gonna catch me? Are you gonna catch me? And I would be right here, 5 minutes. All right, baby boo. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You gonna give me something? You gonna give me $1? You gonna give me a nickel? I need something. And then I'll be taking trades that I wouldn't even be considering quality trades because my mind is thinking chase the money because I was right, rather than just building up my confidence because I was right. And when I started doing that, man, like the game really changes when you stop talking down on yourself. Thank you, Teo. I appreciate you, bro. I'm actually hopping up in a bit as well. Appreciate you for hopping on, bro. Exactly, man. And trust me, bro, I've been there. So I'm talking to you guys from experience, right? So yes, it's as much as you guys can stay consistent with your trading plan and the structure you guys are seeing, right? Stick to your strategy and trust that the risk to reward will take you to the promised land. That's all we can do. But this right here was a pretty solid trade. So it gave me some confirmation in this area for sure. But as a higher time frame, right, to continue higher, I would really like to see if we can break and close above this whole area. Now, if we don't, right, if we don't break and close above, and we just wick past it, there's a good chance that it just cleared liquidity, and we can actually drop just a bit lower and possibly clear some of this stuff out, right? So just keep that in mind, guys. Keep that in mind. So when you see a candle push up, right, you see a candle push up, oh my goodness. Right, you're seeing these candles go higher, and then you just see the market looking like this, and you're thinking, oh man, this is solid already. Like let's continue looking for buys. And then what happens is you let the day finish, or you're probably on the 1 hour and you probably see a couple candles break and close above, right? But when you let the day finish and you go back to the daily time frame and it looks something like this, that's not a good thing. Right? That's definitely not a good thing. That means the market swept liquidity right here, right? Equal highs, and we're probably going to have a setup within the setup right here. Liquidity sweep, change of character, possibly look for some more sells, short-term sells, because that would be considered counter trend, right? Some short-term sells. Let's see if we can try to look for some buys as soon as it hops into this, because this is like a full range, bro. Like, and I don't really trade off imbalances, so you'll never see me highlight an imbalance really. But I do have a starting point right there where the start of that imbalance lays. So if we go to the 4 hour time frame, there is a starting point right in the middle of that whole jump, which is right there. So I'm mainly waiting for that. So I don't know, that may be a little bit too low, but I'm waiting there. I'm waiting there, or I'm waiting to see the setup. Now, if I see something that looks like this, and the market never comes down here, I am definitely going to be looking to play this. I'm going to look to play it because the market's bullish. It doesn't have to go where I want it to go, right? Let's go ahead and continue up. Now, if I take a loss here, let's say it puts me on profit and it continues down lower, hey, that's fine. I don't care because my risk to reward is on point, right? And I take a loss like a boss because I know exactly where I originally wanted to enter, but I can't not take this once the market gives it to me. And this is also what I'm talking about, to where, you know, the cost of doing business, to where it gives you a good buy opportunity, it clears liquidity, gives you buy structure, puts you in profit, and then it says, you know what, we're not ready to go yet. I faked you out, guy. Maybe you'll get it on this one. And then, you know what? You're like, you know what? Maybe I will get it on this one. I'm going to call your bluff right now, bro. Let's go. What are you going to do? Market comes down, you enter buy positions, and the market goes your way. Does that make sense, guys? So I hope that makes sense, man. On Fridays, I really try to give you like what my mind thinks about when I'm looking at charts. So I hope you guys are just like right there, just soaking everything in. But yeah, man, this is something that I'm waiting for on Bitcoin. And I was watching Jordan Morgan on Thursday as well. And he's looking for similar things. I believe he has this imbalance marked up. So essentially he's waiting for the same thing. I don't know if he'll be the first one in, right? I don't know if he'll be the first one in, as in as soon as it touches, he's getting in, because, you know, he likes to wait for the same thing as well to be a bit more accurate, so he can go ahead and, you know, throw down a bit heavier a lot and send it back up. So essentially we're looking for the same thing, whether it's in that imbalance or the market wants to drop a bit lower and come to the starting point in that area. But yeah, guys, right now we're just waiting. I do think we can drop lower because a lot of the cryptos are looking like that right now. This is, well, ETH looks a bit different, but let's take a look. Equal lows. Equal lows here. A lot of them are let's see, OMI is a bit different. This one looks pretty good right now. the structure is a bit, it looks like liquidity just a bit, but if it continues and breaks structure to the upside, would not doubt it. This looks like we have some equal lows, and there's a buy opportunity right here. Equal lows, buy opportunity down here. ICP looks like it may take off, but we do have equal lows in this area as well. So I am looking to see if it can come lower, and see what we can do. What it do. XLM making equal lows. Litecoin. I like how it has the point, but we do have some equal lows here, right? Equal lows. I mean, this just looks like liquidity in my eyes, to be honest. I don't know about you guys, but that looks like liquidity. So I would not mind if the market wants to go ahead and sweep that and then continue higher. Whoever's looking at H bar, right? Sweep that, continue higher. Equal lows may look to continue lower a little bit. Equal lows, right? Nice buy opportunities down here with Polygon. There's a buy opportunity right here, and we do have some equal low type of structure with chain link, but it does look like it also cleared it pretty good enough. I mean, that's a pretty decent liquidity sweep on the 4 hour, 1 hour, and it did reverse. So it may go and take off, but I would not mind if it drops lower to clear that. Caspa making equal lows. It did reject off the starting point and the shoulder, but it does look like it created some equal lows. So a lot of the cryptos, guys, literally look very, very similar. Theta, equal lows. This is also equal lows. Equal lows. Equal lows. Equal lows. Equal lows. Equal lows. So, guys, they all look the same, right? So just keep that in mind. I'm definitely looking to invest into some cryptos when Bitcoin drops, and a lot of these things drop. So just make sure you guys are doing your studying on that too, guys, as well. Make sure you guys plug into the crypto calls that Powerhouse has for you, because trust me, I learn a lot on those things as well. Tony and Fernando, those guys are freaking students of the game. And those guys put a lot of people onto different things, not just cryptos. They put you onto a lot of different things. Trust me, they're very smart and they do their studying. So make sure you guys are tapping in with the Powerhouse calls. And if you guys have the crypto package, guys, hop on the crypto package. You guys don't even know. If you guys have it and you guys haven't been watching it, bro, you guys are missing out. I promise you. A lot of the stuff that, how do I say this? If you guys have these courses, you guys have this information, and if you guys aren't using it, guys, you guys are hindering yourself this year. And in 2026, it's not gonna be what you want, guys. It's not gonna be what you want. I promise you. I've been in that position where I watched it, right? My first year, didn't even pay attention to crypto like that. And people were making moves, making money. They were able to take profit and get themselves ready for this position. So this next bull run was way better than the last bull run. So I've been through it. Trust me. If you guys have the information, which you guys all do, but if you guys definitely have the crypto pack, take advantage, because they call out plays and they let you know what they're looking for next. Guys, trust me, guys. A lot of the stuff that we want in 2024 is just behind the door of taking action for ourselves. I promise you, right? I promise you. We take action for ourselves this year, guys. It's going to be different. 2025 is going to be a whole lot different for you guys. 2026 is going to be exactly how you saw it. Why? Because you actually took the action with the information you guys have. And it's literally that simple, right? But any questions, guys, before I head out tonight? Any questions? I appreciate you guys for hopping on, man. I appreciate you guys, man. I hope you guys got some value. If you guys want me to switch it up at any time, if you guys want me to go over specific things, you guys want to do a Q&A, let me know. That way I can go ahead and cover those topics for you guys. I know a lot of you guys are vets. You guys have been here for a minute, but it's always good to switch up. Like I said, take advantage now. because we had just entered a new year, guys, and everybody wants this information. You guys should be sharing this information on your guys' Instagrams, on your Snapchats, or whatever. Guys, there are people looking for the information, and it could also benefit you as well, right? So make sure you guys are promoting that you guys are studying. Guys, thoughts about option calls for Bitcoin? I don't really trade options, to be real. But the thing is, trade everything the same. Trade everything with the strategy. If you're seeing this strategy with your options, trade it. We could actually do some history back testing for some entries in TradingView. Like years back. Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. It would have to be on a higher time frame. But I don't mind going to, I mean, way back to look for something instead of just back testing the week. But yeah, guys, let me know. I appreciate you guys for hopping on. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Make sure you guys do your own back testing. Don't just watch me back test levels. Don't just watch Neri back test smart money. Guys, take this into your own hands. This is day 3 of the new year. Take it into your own hands. Even if you're wrong, even if you don't know what you're doing, just start it, man. Just start it. I will see you guys on Monday. You guys have a great weekend. Peace out, family.